Hey guys, Pojo here, and I want to go over my Riders Fire build. So I've always thought that picking up every regeneration node in the tree and blood dance boots, tactics with the frenzy charges and stuff is kind of a waste. So I've tried something different, and I've come up with a very cheap solution to run and sustain Riders Fire pretty easily. It relies obviously on Rise of the Phoenix shield for 8% maximum fire resistance, and on a Void Eye ring, which gives us 5 levels more for our Purity of Fire. Which, if you get it to level 18, which is fairly easy, it gets to level 23, which means you get 5% additional maximum fire resistance. And we have enough aura nodes in the tree, so we get it to 8%. This is a total of 95% maximum fire resistance, which is really easy to sustain. Those are basically the two items you really need. If you don't want to spend a whole lot for resistance gear, you can use an Aurum Vorax then. It just makes sure you get 60% elemental resistances, so you can focus purely on HP, strength and energy shield in your other pieces. Yes, you can run a lot of energy shield with this build. Mine is not fully developed. I lack a lot of good energy shield gear. My boots don't have at all, my gloves have like 30, and my helmet has 100 energy shield. If I get better gear there, I will have a lot more energy shield. However, even the 1.6k I have now are enough to make a difference, and yeah, I really deal a lot of damage. The rest of the gear is nothing special. My belt isn't bad, 140 life and triple resistances, but they are mediocre. So nothing is really expensive. The most expensive piece is the Rise of the Phoenix, about 2 exalted. A Void Eye costs about, well, I guess I've picked this up for 1.5 chaos, so it's not worth anything. But it's worth a note that Void Eye is only available in those 2 leagues, so in the next challenge leagues you can't use it unless they put it up as a race reward. Otherwise you can't use it. So yeah, I use a carcass jack, however this is absolutely optional. I just like the radius. You can see the radius gets fairly big. So what do I use for links? The Riders Fire uses increased area of effect. I've put 20% quality on this. I bought a 16% one and GCP'd it to 20, just because the radius makes so huge of a difference concerning your clear speed. If you deal a bit more or a bit less damage, doesn't even matter much, but this amount of radius is just awesome to play with. Then we use concentrate effect for the damage and increased burning damage also to get more damage. The rest of the links, there is cost when damage taken with level 5 Enduring Cry and increased area of effect to get as much endurance charges as possible. I then use them with a leveled cost when damage taken with Molten Shell, Immortal Call and increased duration. And there are my auras, reduced mana, vitality and discipline. And increased area of effect, leap slam and faster attacks. Well, the increased AoE is worthless here, but leap slam with faster attacks. And I use increased area of effect, cost when damage taken and Ice Nova, so I can trigger elemental equilibrium to lower their resistances for fire. So let's go to the build, to the tree. I recommend starting as a Scion. It could be done as a Marauder. Actually, as a Marauder it could be a bit better, but I've thought leveling up is a bit faster. But yeah, you can pick Marauder. It works pretty well. I get some regen, some more regen, elemental equilibrium. Then we go over to the right side, pick some energy shield nodes. This node is only picked for the 6% movement speed, the rest doesn't really matter. Maybe the cost speed for the curse. We take aura nodes, we take life, we take aura nodes, we take life, we take life. I can take more life here, 3-8% nodes, or I could pick energy shield life over there. However, I don't think using this route is efficient. I would rather just pick nearer life nodes. Here we also pick life, burning damage, of course helps a lot with the damage. The maximum resistance, essential. More life, aura nodes, life, the big area node, and in the Marauder tree, more life and the fire maximum resistance. So if you pick this node, you can run the same build as a Marauder. You even have 6 life more, well, about 20 life more than with the Scion Star node. So it would actually be better to run it as a Marauder. And in the next few levels, I'm only level 83 at the moment. I can take 3 8% nodes and 3 6% nodes, which makes me to level 89. I'll probably stop around by that level in playing this character. However, those nodes will put me at about 6.5k HP. Together with my 1.6k energy shield, that's almost the same as having 8k life, and I don't even use a k ohms heart. So yeah, that's the build and the gear. It's actually really all you need to work together, and the build is awesome. A topic which will come up with the next leaks is snapshotting though. At the moment I use dual redbeaks to get low life, then cast to get low life with the Purity of Elements, then cast Rider's Fire, then switch back, which helps the damage a lot. It's 200% increased. However, I've run a map without snapshotting and a map with snapshotting, and in the map I run without snapshotting I took about 6 or 7 seconds to kill the 69 boss, so it still deals a lot of damage. However, with snapshotting I can kill the same boss in below 2 seconds. So it really makes a lot of difference, but I feel that it will still be viable without snapshotting. So let's see if they buff Rider's Fire or not. I assume they won't buff Rider's Fire because it is still viable. It deals a lot of damage if you build for it. So yeah, I hope I've shown you another and most likely the cheapest way to run Rider's Fire at the moment, and have fun.